Hello everybody. Today I'm gonna solve a mock exam from my question bank and it's gonna be in real time. I haven't seen the questions before because all math questions are simulated randomly, and I haven't seen the reading and numerical reasoning questions. I trained AI that created questions, but I haven't seen the questions. So here I want to show you, how to approach the questions in an exam. Of course, one by one, we know how to solve all questions, but in an exam environment, in a limited time, so it can be tricky. This is all about Bocconi test because, questions individually are not so difficult, but solving them in an exam environment can be sometimes more difficult. So I want to show you first how to approach an exam, and I want to show you the importance of practice, and also I want to show you how my question bank can be useful. And I have never done something like that, recording that in a video real time. Let's see how it goes. I hope you like this practice together. Okay, first let's go to my question bank and um, let's choose mock exams. And when we click this, we will have a new mock exam, and all questions will be randomly simulated. So in fact, we will have 50 questions, and these are gonna be new questions. Let's see. Okay, so start test. Okay, we have started with a reading question, but in the screen we have two more because you will see three by three in Bocconi test. I want to start with the easier one. We cannot go next because when we go to the next page, we cannot go back. So I will just use the three by three screen and to start with the easier one. Okay, what are the solutions of this equation? So we have a quadratic equation, as you can see, and in these ones, I like to do the product of the solutions and the sum of solutions. For example, product of solutions is C over A, 8 over 3, and I don't see any solutions with the product 8 over 3 because C over A 8 over 3. So I'm gonna check delta. I suspect if there's no solutions, delta is, b square is 1, and these are both positive, like 1 minus 4 times 3, 8. So it is definitely negative, so no real solutions. Okay, if a logic question, bridge is raised, the gate is open. Moreover, the bridge is raised. So, which of the following must be also true? Um, Either the bridge is not raised or the gate is not open. No, the bridge is raised. We know that, and we know the gate is open. The gate is open only because bridge is raised. I don't know. Maybe there's another reason. I don't know. The bridge is not raised. No. The gate is not open. No. The bridge is raised, but the gate is not open. No. Gate is open. So the gate is open only because bridge is raised. Even if the answer is not perfect, in my opinion, it is the best answer because, I think it is the only answer that the gate is open, right? Okay, so then this is B. As you can see, at the first glance, I said something. This cannot be true, but then I checked the other answers. So this is the best one. Okay, maybe when bridge is raised, the answer can, how can I say, the answer is searching for that causality. So therefore I'm going for that. Okay, this first always check the question. This is a central argument question, so therefore I must look for the central argument. This is not it is true or false question. Okay, so central argument. Therefore I'm gonna try to get a very general understanding of the text. So pleasure, people taking ruins, okay, and it is worth asking why. A ruin is a structure, like returning to nature, okay, okay, we are talking about ruins, and what moves the observer is not the building as it was, nor the rubble as it is, but the visible passage between them. So this is strong. This is strong. You know, passage between the building and the ruin state. Okay, a perfectly preserved temple shows us what its builders intended. A ruined one shows us, in addition, the fate that overtakes all intentions. And it is this second sobering vision of permanence revealed as illusion. Okay, ruin leads to the idea that permanence is an illusion that gives the ruin its peculiar hold on the imagination. Okay, I think we have an idea. What moves the observer is the rubble itself? No, rather than the building that. No, no, no. A perfectly preserved temple tells us nothing of what its builder. No. A ruin holds us because it shows a purpose in the course of being undone. I don't think so. The pleasure taken in ruins is a taste that only a few periods have shared. No. Ruins are admired because they are older than the buildings that have survived intact. I'm not happy with any of these. Okay. Um, what moves? Okay, let's check. Yeah, I think it's starting with this, and it's okay. Yeah, but it's visible passage. Okay, it's the rubble itself rather than the building that once stood. I don't know. But tells us nothing of. Okay, no. A ruin holds us because it shows a purpose in the course. I think C, because you know, yeah, it has a purpose, right? You know, it shows that passage between the building and the ruin, and also, you know, it gives an idea of illusion of permanence. I think it's C. Let's hope for the best. As you can see, you know, at the first glance, maybe no answer was seen as perfect, but you know, as you read more and more, you are having an idea of which answer is the best. So for the reading, go for the best answer, not the perfect answer. Okay, this is my most important recommendation. All right, so f minus 1 is 2 and f minus 2 is minus 2. All right, then a times b. Okay, what's that? Minus a minus b is 2. So minus a minus b, a plus b is minus 2. And um, minus 2a minus 2a plus b over minus 2 is minus 2. So it's just equations. So I'm going to use a plus b is minus 2 and minus 2a. I'm going to use my paper. Minus 2a minus um, b over minus 2. Sorry, minus 2a plus b over minus 2. Same thing is minus 2. Okay, let's multiply the second by 2, so minus 4a um, minus b is minus 4, and let's sum two equations. So minus 3a is minus 6, b is cancel out, a is 2, and b is, as I see, minus 4. Okay, hence it is minus 8. All right, and another reading one, but I'm gonna do this first. A intersection B is A necessarily follows. Okay, it is very important. It must be necessarily true. It must be certainly true. Um, and A intersection B equals A is directly it directly implies that A is a subset of B because yeah. So um, let's say, yeah, because A intersection B is A, therefore A is everything in A is also in B, which means A is a subset of B. Okay, let's go this one. Which of the following statements is correct? And Let's check the answers and let's try to search for these answers in the passage. Repeating one step makes a worker faster, which is why the work's found more absorbing. Okay, time is saved in switching between tasks because I'm trying to search for shorter arguments. The cost of arrangement were noticed only long after the division of labor. The understanding of the whole is lost because the worker is given too many steps to follow. Okay, let's check. The division of labor refers to splitting a complex task into small steps. Okay. Its power lies in the gains that specialization brings. Okay, so what was said about can raise output while narrowing the experience of the worker? Okay, I think this seems true, but let's check narrowing thing. Okay, these gains help explain the enormous productive. Okay, but same division has cost early. Observers already noted. A worker confined to a single repetitive may lose the understanding of the whole. What a more varied craft once provided. Okay, so worker specializes a lot, and the work can become monotonous. All right, the division of labor does double edge. Okay, it raises output, but narrowing the experience of those who carry it out. Attention that. All right, so I'm gonna go for this. Yeah, yeah, because I think it's very clear. So I won't check the others. I hope there is no trick. Potentially narrowing. Um, it says potentially. All right, maybe a trick. While potentially, while okay, I'm gonna check the others because it says potentially. It's a bit alarming. All right, it can be a trick. Okay, repeating one step makes a worker faster, which is why the work is found more absorbing. All right. Um, what about the absorbing thing? It's okay, and more skilled at it than one who per okay. All right. I don't know about absorbing. Time saved in switching between tasks, which is why specialties varied craft work. I don't think it's about craft work. No, it's not about varied work. It's about the same work. The cost of the arrangement were noticed only long after its gains had been established. I don't know. Long after? Mm, no, were noticed only long after. I don't think we have this in the passage. The understanding of the whole is lost because the worker is given too many. No, the worker is given a single step. Okay? And absorbing or D. Why, which is why the work is found more absorbing. Repeating one step makes a worker faster. Okay. And more skilled. Okay. And time is saved there. Okay. But same division. Okay. Then we have switched to cost. All right. Which is why the work is found more absorbing. I don't understand how absorbing fits here. Um, you can raise output while narrowing the experience of the worker. Okay, it's A or D. I'm gonna go for D because I didn't get what absorbing means here, but I don't know. It may be wrong. All right, between which two consecutive whole numbers does square root 113 lie? So we will take squares of these. 64, 81, 121, 144, 100, 121, this one, okay? Because squares lie between 100 and 121, this one. So an archive has glass, okay, 126 glass negatives, acetate negatives, and 90 prints. All of it is to be made up into boxes of the same size, with nothing left over, and no box holding two different kinds. Interesting. Box of made up box of the same size. What's the largest size of a box can have? I think this is a question like the greatest common factor, right? So, um, okay, yeah. So how we can divide those? So I take 126, 198, and 90. So I'm gonna search for, yeah, common common factors, the greatest number that divides all of them, right? So 9 divides all of them, 10 here, here, um, 14 here, 22, all right? And 2, 7, 11, 5, yes, let's stop there. 18. 18 is the greatest number that divides all these guys. All right. So the percentages are all total energy used. All right. The auto is open all year. Which pair of headings accounts for more than half the energy used? So, the pair is heating and hot water. All right. This is a bit easy for numerical reasoning section, but sometimes we can have such easy questions, but I can say it's rare. And next one, true false cannot be the right question. Without a phone to work with, the earpiece could not deliver a translation. All right. So translation earpiece, all right, that listens to okay and plays okay. It connects to a phone which carries out the processing, and makers suggest it for trails, all right. They acknowledge that it works best with clear speech and common languages, and that background noise have a okay. They present it as an A to communicate okay, all right. But I think we have sufficient evidence that it connects to a phone. Yeah. So I think the phone is necessary without doubt, right? So I'm gonna go for true. Let's see. All right. Two reading questions can be inferred from the evidence described. Okay, can be inferred question. All right. To account, the passage is not very long, so I'm gonna read the passage first. Why a particular okay, so it's about a particular island losing its forest. And two accounts, there are two ideas. The first holds that the settlers cut the trees faster than okay. The second, that a changing climate. Okay, settlers cutting trees, changing climate. All right. Pollen taken from the island's lake beds shows the tree species disappearing one after another over about 2 centuries. The slowest growing first and the fastest growing last. All right. Charcoal appears in the same layers throughout. The lake sediments record no change in rainfall across the period. Okay, so it doesn't seem like climate change, right? And like charcoal appears in the same layers throughout. So I think people cut and burn the trees. Let's see. Since rainfall did that, climate can have played okay. Census must have cut the trees deliberately in order to clear land for crops. The order in which the species vanished shows the felling was planned. No, because you know we don't have something planned, like three species disappearing one after another, and slow is growing first. You know, tree. How can I say? The tree growing speed determined. Which one will vanish first, right? Okay. So, and this is compatible with this argument, all right? Because they couldn't grow faster, so they disappeared. All right. The chill lake proves that the first was this. No, single fire. Look, they are all tricks. We don't know this. Single fire destroyed by a fire. I don't know. Tells against the second account without settling every question about the first. Okay. Um, you know, I think is a A can be a trick here as well. All right, because um, like climate can have played no part in deforestation, because you know rainfall may have not changed, but maybe the temperatures change. I don't know. So the evidence tells against the second account without settling every question about the first. I think this one, because we don't know how they did it, right? Maybe this is, yeah, I'm gonna go for this because this is the softest, like this doesn't have very strong claims. Let's see. Okay, which of the following statements is correct? So as you can see, the reading questions in a row can be a bit exhaustive, but still you must keep your shape and you must go on. All right. So it's about antibiotic resistance, and through ordinary evolution in a large population of bacteria, a few individuals happen to carry the okay. Yeah, yeah, because in bacteria when they are faced with antibiotics, a few of them survive, and resistant few survive and reproduce. So this is like this is what about the evolution, right? Over time, the pool becomes dominated by resistant strains, all right, and drug, okay. This is why doctors warn against you, all right. Unnecessary use exposes more to the drug, and this speeds that selection, which was described here. While an interrupted course can leave behind the hardier bacteria that the full treatment would have killed. Okay. So, interrupted course. So maybe they give the drug, then they stop for a while. Resistance is not created by the drug. The drug merely selects from variation that already exists. The individual is best able to withstand it. Okay. So resistance arises in response to the drug, which is why unnecessary use should be avoided. So I am a bit skeptical due to this. Let's see. Okay. Um, yeah. The drug selects for resistant bacteria from variation that already exists in the population. Okay. This seems good. A population becomes wholly resistant after a single. No, I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. So it takes some time, I guess. Stopping a course early is harmful because it allows success. No, they claim otherwise. Stop and then don't let the evolution take place. Then start again. So D is not true. Resistance spreads only where bacteria pass it to members of other. No, no, it's not said. So yeah, so I think the idea is the variation is already yeah, the variation is already there. The drug only just it leads to selection within that variation. So that's why I'm gonna go for B. Okay, so I'm gonna do the easier one. So 7x's here, a very classical polynomial question. 7x's here, 14, and 1 in the middle, 15. So a polynomial is a polynomial of degree 15, because when I multiply these, I'm gonna have x to the power 15. All right. So as you can see, practicing is very, very important. That's what I'm trying to show. Like when you practice a lot, you are familiar with the question patterns, so you are better. You don't think. All right. Since you don't think, you spend less energy, you are more accurate, you are faster. So that's why practice is very important. That's why I prepared the package. I have many other sources, videos, and other stuff. So please check those and please practice. And log 6 plus log 3, important, one of the important logarithm rules, it is log 18. And let's go there. Okay. Every run judged in the main ring is entered in the record book. Some, but not all, of the quali runs were judged in the main ring. As you can see, I don't understand anything about the passage, but still, just take the evidence. No huntaway run is entered in the record book. Sometimes you try to understand everything. We don't need to know the words. Kelpie runs were also judged at the trials. Okay, so it's possible that every Kelpie run is entered in the record book. Kelpie run, it's only here, were also judged at the trials. Every run in the main ring is entered in the record book. Uh, it's possible that every Kelpie run is entered in the, yeah, I think so. And please read these false true words. Every Collie run, I think A is true. Every Collie run is entered in the record book. Okay. Some, but not all, of the Collie runs were judged in the main ring. So every Collie run is entered in the record book. Okay. So judged ones, they are recorded in the, they are recorded, they are entered, they entered the record book. Okay. But if if they are not judged, I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. All right. So it doesn't mean that only judged ones are in the record book. I don't know that, right? So B is not necessarily false. Maybe the ones that are not judged, they are also in the record book. I don't know. It is possible that some Collie run was judged outside the main ring. Um, some, but not all of the Collie runs were judged in the main ring. Everyone judged in the main ring. Okay, okay. You know, it. I'm not. I don't know anything about the ones outside the main ring, right? So they don't say every 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 run judged is it's in the main ring. No, I don't have that. It's possible that some huntaway run was judged in the main ring. Okay, no huntaway run is entered in the record book. If some huntaway run was judged in the main ring, then they would be in the record book. So D is necessarily false. D is necessarily false because if some huntaway run was judged in the main ring, they would be in the record book. So therefore, it contradicts with this one. So only D. All right, let's go. And it's a system. X is greater than -3, x is greater than -3, x is less than -1. So it's a system. It's a system. Look, very important. In a system, you must satisfy both equations. So x is greater than -3, x is less than -1, right? Greater than -3, less than -1, between -3 and -1, and they are not included. So because of these greater and smaller, so C is the correct answer. Reading question, let's do this one, which is easy. 4x. You know, there are easy questions in the Bocconi test. Sometimes students try to complicate the questions, right? So be prepared for the easy questions as well. Sometimes your mistakes are in the easy questions. 4x is greater than 3, so x is greater than 3 over 4. All right, x is greater than 3 over 4. So I don't want to do this reading question, but I will. So I understand sometimes it can be, as I said before, it can be exhaustive. You can have like, you want to skip, but take a breath and continue. Which of the following can be inferred from the passage? All right, experiment planted the same crop in two plots of equal size on identical soil, receiving the same, okay, same crop, the plots alike in every respect but one. Around the first, a hedge was planted to shelter it from the prevailing wind, while still, okay, left open. Over three, the sheltered crop yielded noticeably more, okay. The researchers who had matched the two plots on every other measurable factor recorded the two yields and noted that the windbreak hedge was the single feature distinguishing how the plots were treated. Alright, let's read it again. Match the two plots on every measure. Okay. Recorded the two yields and noted that the windbreak hedge. Alright. The soil of the sheltered plot was rich, I don't know, identical soil. A windbreak would raise The yield of no, I don't know. In any landscape, I don't know. The researchers' silence about the cause suggests that they, I don't know. The hedge raised the yield chiefly by shading the crop from the sun. No. The hedge most like for, yeah. The hedge most likely accounts for the larger yield of the sheltered plot, right? Because there is no other variable considered. Okay, let's see. Okay, data and statements. Let's do this one. Exactly one solution. Exactly one solution. So if left-hand sides are not multiples, I explained that a lot in my videos, especially linear equation videos. If left-hand sides are not multiples of each other, then there is exactly one solution. And it's only possible if a is minus 2. A is minus 2, then they are multiples of each other. So if a is not minus 2, then the system has exactly one solution. Okay, watch my linear equations video. If the point 5 minus 8 is rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise, look, just I draw very simply. 5 minus 8, it is in fourth quadrant, like um, right and down, fourth quadrant, bottom right, okay? So it's, the quadrants in the analytical geometry, right down. And counterclockwise, I'm thinking clockwise is like this, counterclockwise like this. Therefore, it must be in the first quadrant. Counterclockwise must be in the first quadrant. And they must be both positive then. So if it is 90 degrees, we must interchange these numbers. So it must be, since they are both positive, 8, 5. Also, another check, to better say, their think those as vectors, their scalar multiplication must be 0. 8, 5, 40, minus 8, 5, minus 40. So it's 0. So counterclockwise was very important here. It was quadrant 4, and when it is counterclockwise, it comes to the first quadrant, which is like up and right. All right. So here, um, 800 bicycles, 25% of them are electric and the rest are ordinary. Half of the electric bicycles carry a pannier. Exactly 60 ordinary bicycles carry a pannier. Okay, so 100 bicycles in the scheme carry a pannier. I don't know. Um, 200 electric and half of the electric 100 pannier and 60 ordinary pannier, so 160, right? So this is necessarily false. There are 600 ordinary bicycles. Yes. Exactly 1/5 of the bicycles in the scheme carry a pannier. 160, 800, yes, 1/5. Exactly 1/10 of the ordinary bicycles carry a pannier. Exactly 1/10. So 60, 600, yes, exactly 1/10. Okay, so only A. All right. Okay, let's go here. An ethic panel 4 from 11 doctors, 4 of them are surgeons. At least 2 of the surgeons must be on it. At least. Look, at least. How many valid compositions are there? How many valid compositions? So, I don't know if it is 2 surgeons, 3 surgeons, or 4 surgeons. All right. So, 4 surgeons, easy. 4 surgeons, we will choose 4. There's only one way. 4 combination. If you have difficulty with these, watch my permutations, combinations videos, watch my probability videos, and do the tests. It can be a topic that you know That may seem difficult, but it's not. So 4 surgeons, only one way. 3 surgeons, 4-3 combination, because I choose 3 surgeons out of 4 surgeons, and times, um, we have only one left, 11 doctors, and um, 11 one combination, because, sorry, no, 7 1. Why? Because 4 surgeons, 7 left. All right, 4 surgeons, 7 left. So non-surgeon doctors, 7, and I'm gonna choose 1. So 4-3 combination is 4, 7-1 combination is 7, which is 28. Now 2 surgeons, 4-2 combination times 7-2 combination. So 4-2 combination is 6, 7-2 combination is 7 6 over 1 2, which is 21, and this is 126. So this is 154 and 155. All right. I have to grab a cup of water, and I'm not gonna edit the video, I promised. So I'm gonna be back in a minute, so we have sufficient time, I guess. But don't do this in the Bocconi test. Take your water with you. Don't leave your exam chair, all right? All right, I'm back. So, of the trees in a plantation, 19 are broadleaves, 1/3 are large, and the remaining 35% are spruce. How many are there altogether? Okay, so 1/3 and 1/3, 35%, and the rest is 19, right? So let's do 1 over 3 plus 35% is 35 over 100, which is divide by 5, 7 over 20. So 1 over 3 plus 7 over 20, which is 20 here, 21 here, 41 over 60. So the other two, their share was 41 over 60, and we are left with 19 over 60. So 19 over 60 is 19, so we have 60 altogether, right? Okay, so antibodies are correct. We will look for the correct statement. So let's check time. Don't check time a lot, okay? I hope I can finish. So, antibodies are proteins the immune system produces to latch onto specific targets, and they're especially remarkable. Okay, an antibody is shaped to fit one molecule, we generally ignore others. The precision, okay, this is about precision, is the base of many medical tests which use antibodies to detect whether okay. So antibodies are specific, so medical tests are based on that. But specificity has a limit, of course. Now problem comes, in which an antibody binds not only its intended target but also a different molecule. Okay, so it can be another one and you can guess wrong. Cross-reactivity can cause a test to give a positive result while the true target is absent, a false positive, because the antibody has bound a lookalike. Okay, it's similar. So, the antibody, it targeted something similar. Test designers therefore work to choose antibodies whose targets are distinctive enough that confusion is unlikely. Though no antibody is perfectly immune, in each antibody there is a problem in that sense. Okay, cross-reactivity can cause a false positive when an antibody binds a molecule resembling its target. It seems quite correct. All right. Okay. An antibody shaped for one molecule ignores others, so cross-reactivity has been eliminated. No. Test designers choose antibodies whose targets are common enough. No. Specific enough. The specificity of antibodies is what allows a test to measure how much of a substance is present. No, I don't think so. This is the second half. Sometimes first half can be true, but the second half can be wrong. Be careful about it. Cross-reactivity arises where two molecules share a chemical composition rather than a shape. I think it was about shape because antibodies, yeah, because antibodies fit based on the molecule shape. They say that. Okay, so A is the best answer, I think. Next page. All right. Number of elements in A union B is 13, but A intersection B is 7. All right, then A, I'm not sure. One of the two sets is I'm not sure. There is at least one element of A not in B, and at least both. I don't think so. Both. And there is an and here, right? No. A and B have the same number of elements. Um, no, no, because um, A's number of elements and B's number of elements, it can be different. I'm not sure because A can have, let's say, A contains B, then A has 13 elements and B has 7 elements, for example. There is at least one element of A not in B, or at least one element of B not, yes, because E is not correct only if they are the same set. Since A union B and A intersection B, they have different elements, then they can't be the same. Which plan is cheapest for a month of 700 minutes? All right, let's check. 700 minutes. So 5 cents a minute, so 700.05, it's like dividing by 20, so 20 from there, 11 12 monthly fee 32, and first 600 free, then 100 left, 10 cents 0.1 euro, so 100 left, 10 euro, 10 euro plus 25 35 because you pay this no matter what you spent in terms of minutes. 0.06 euro a minute, which is like 42 euros, so 42. Okay, cheapest one is the first one because plan C has 0 monthly fee, I guess. First one is cheapest because it is 32 minutes. Estimate value of tangent 18. Which option is closest? Tangent 18. So tangent 45 is 1. Don't forget that. Tangent 45 is 1. And tangent is positive in the first quadrant. Tangent 0 is 0 because sinus 0 over cosinus 0. Cosinus 0 is 1. Sinus 0 is 0. Watch my trigonometrics video. Know the trigonometric circle very well for the Bocconi test. So it's going to be less than 1. And it's going to be positive. So the only answer is B. So this is a multiple choice solution, right? You don't need to know everything. I just know tangent 45 is 1, tangent 0 is 0. So this guy is in between, positive, so 0.32. All right? So the sides of a rectangle are in the ratio 20:21, and its diagonal measure is 29. What is the area of the rectangle? So it must be, I think, 20:21, and so this is a right triangle. So 20, 14, 21 times 21, what is that? So this is 144, and let's I'm summing the squares, 841, and 29 square, is that 118? Okay, 18, 5, 1. Okay, yeah. So it is 20, 21, 29 triangle, it fits. So I multiply 20 and 21, which gives me what? Yeah, 420, right? Okay. And in what percentage of the auctions was the number at least 7? So 22, 8, 4, like 30, 34, 34 over 68. Oh, I'm lucky. 34 over 68, 50%. Okay? 22, 8, 4, 34, 34 over 68, 50. All right. A reader is admitted to the vault only if they hold a green card. Okay. A reader who holds a green card has signed the register. Okay. Some readers who have signed the register hold no green card. There are others as well. Bella was admitted to the vault this morning. Necessarily true. Every reader who has signed the register holds a green card. Okay. Um, who holds a green card is no. No. The opposite is not. I don't know about the opposite. Maybe true, maybe not. Okay. Every reader who holds a green card has signed. Okay. But the opposite, I don't know. Okay. Every reader who holds a green card has been admitted to the vault. They signed the register. A reader is admitted to the vault only if they hold a green card. No other choice. Only if. Only if they hold a green card. So there is no other way for being admitted to the vault other than holding a green card. So every reader who holds a green card has been admitted to the vault only if they hold a green card. So it is, yeah, only if. It seems true. Bella holds no green card. No, it cannot be because Bella was admitted, so therefore Bella holds a green card. Bella has signed the register. So every reader who holds a green card has signed the register. And Bella was admitted to the vault this morning. Okay. And then Bella has a green card. So Bella has signed register. Only D. Okay. Why not um not B? Every reader who holds a green card. I'm sometimes confused about those necessary and sufficient conditions. Every reader who holds a green card has been admitted to the vault. A reader is admitted to the vault only if they hold a green card. Okay, now I understand. Green card is a necessary condition for being admitted. It is necessary. So if you don't have a green card, no. But maybe there are other conditions, right? Maybe they require a red card as well. Okay? So if they require both red card and green card, then B is not true. All right? So that only if is about a necessary condition. Okay, green card is necessary, but green card is sufficient? No, I don't know. So B is not true. Okay, so what does it mean? Green card is a necessary condition of being admitted to the vault. What does it mean? Um, everyone admitted to the vault has a green card, but everyone having a green card may not be admitted to the vote. So D is necessary. True, I guess. I hope I am right. Okay, so radius 15, central angle 120. How long is that arc? So the diameter is 30. The perimeter is this thing. The perimeter is 30 pi. The perimeter is 30 pi. And then the arc is 1/3 because 120 is 1/3 of 360. So 30 pi, 10 pi. All right. So what is this? Numerical reasoning. Every hour is booked to exactly one stage, and the contract ran for 11 weeks. Okay. Hours booked to a construction contract, 2000 hours, and every hour is booked to exactly one stage, so they share like this. The contract ran for 11 weeks. Okay. How many more hours went on the frame than on the roofing? Okay. Frame more than roofing. So 32%, 18%, 14% more. I am looking for 14% of 2000. It must be 280 because 14 to 28 it's only in 280. I don't calculate even exactly, so it must be 280. And since it says more hours, I subtract percentages. Okay. If the sensor is active, then the password is correct. If the password is correct, then the engine is running. If the engine is running, then sensor is active. I don't know. Maybe there is something else triggering that. So you see, if then one way, the other way, I don't know. If the password is not correct, then the sensor is active. Oh no. If the sensor is not active, then the engine is not running. Yes, because if it I'm thinking just a moment. If the sensor is not active, then the engine is not running. No, maybe engine is running because of another yeah, because of something else, right? Yeah. If the sensor is okay, yes, this if then we can connect them, right? If the sensor is active, then the engine is running. All right. So we have two more readings here, and we have this. A wholesaler stores 120 pallets a month and pays the fixed charge plus rate. Okay, which store is cheapest? Same question, kinda. Fixed month and per pallet. So 120 times 8, 960 plus 600. So 1560. So um, 120 times 14 plus 200. Is that more? Let me check. 1200, and yes, it is more. I'm looking for the cheapest. Glacier is more for sure. 600, 1500. Harbor is better than Frost. Yeah, 600, 1500. And this one 120 times 11, which is 1320 plus 400. Yeah, so Iceworks is also more expensive. Harbor is the best one. Frost and Harbor equal. Let me check again. 960. No, 60 more. Frost is 60 more. Okay. So the word principle. So look for a very specific word. Then let's look look for that word. The principle holds where one factor is okay. The principle holds wherever one factor. Okay, I think they talked about principle before. All right, a field given may yield. Okay, all right, a field. Now I'm also they they example the same thing. Now one sentence previous, now I found the principle, diminishing returns. To describe how past a certain point adding more of one input yields ever smaller gains. Look, I went to principle. They said the principle holds. Therefore, they mentioned it before. I went there, the previous sentence, it was again an example of that principle. I went one sentence previous, now I have my principle. The pattern by which each further unit of one input adds less than the last. Maybe. The question of how much more an input is worth, no. The point at which a further dose ceases to help and be, no. They don't say harm. Smaller gains, still gains, but no harm. The first dose of fertilizer, no. It was an example. The crowding of a kitchen once more, no, it was an example. So this is the correct answer. All right. So if there's a specific word, then look for it and look where it was referred to first. All right. So which of the statements is correct? Isolating arrivals. So okay, it's about a plague and isolating arrivals. Okay. Observing that sickness often arrived with ships from infected places. All right. Vessels wait apart in isolation. The vessels and their crews wait before. Okay, they could not have explained why this worked because I think they don't know about germs, having no notion of microbes. Okay, there isn't only from the visible link between arriving ships and outbreaks. Okay. Yet the measure was effective, holding back contagion by keeping the possibly infected away from the healthy until any sickness had run its course. A sound practice was built on incomplete understanding and it saved lives all the same. Isolation succeeded chiefly by keeping goods rather than people apart from, no, it's about people. The link between arriving ships and outbreak was inferred rather than observed. I don't know. I think it was observed because they observed it, right? Um, a measure can hold good even where the reasoning behind it does not. Okay, a measure can hold good even where the reasoning behind it does not. Maybe, right? Because they didn't know the reason. The authorities isolated arriving ships because they suspected the presence of microbes. No, they didn't know about the microbes. The practice was abandoned once it's true. No. Okay, so we have no evidence that the practice was abandoned. All right, let's go. Okay, all the prices. Okay, what was the mean price over the 6 months? Yeah, it is not the best question for numerical reasoning, but this is not a very also how can I say, very difficult one because don't think too much about decimals. You can think them, since it's a mean, you can think them like 142, 155, all right? Also, I will do something else. We are talking about mean. They all have, let's say, they are like 142, 55, 68, 61. They all have 100, right? So think about 42, 55, 68, 61, 49, 55. All right? And I'm gonna do something else. Look at those means. They are all, at 55s, 50s, 160. I will check, I will check everyone relative to 60. Okay, for example, 42 relative to 60, I don't want to add a lot. Minus 18. 55 relative to 60, minus 5. 68 relative to 68. 61 relative to 61. 41, 49 relative to 60, minus 11. 55 relative to 60, minus 5. I add smaller numbers. Minus 23, okay, minus 23, minus 34, minus 39, plus 9, minus 30. All right, minus 30 over 6 minus 5. I started with 60. I have minus 5 on average. 60 minus 5, 55. The correct answer is 1.55. You see, I didn't want to deal with decimals. I got rid of that. I didn't want to like deal with hundreds. I didn't think about those, 42, 55, 60. This is the nice thing about the mean because all of them have hundreds, right? And I didn't want to add those and divide by 6 as well. And I calculated their relative location with respect to 60. So it was minus 30 as a sum, and on average it was minus 5. So I decided that it is 55, hence it is 1.55. So this is a very easy way of calculating the mean. All right. So expressions, v is c 1 minus d to the power t. Then d is, so v over c is 1 minus d to the power t. Root, root t, root t, v over c is 1 minus d. Hence d is 1 minus v over c, but rooted by t, which is here. All right. Don't think that these questions are complicated. Just do the algebra. Okay. According to the passage, which of the following statements is correct? An insect grows in a way that it seems at first impossible, encased in a hard outer shell that cannot stretch. Okay. The shell, all right, gives its, but all right, to grow, the insect must shed it. It forms a new, okay, it changes the shell, grows out of the outgrow. Okay. Um, for the brief while between shedding the old shell and hardening the new, the insect is soft and nearly defenseless. All right. Yeah. Okay. So the danger of the interval falls away once the insect has molted several times. I don't know. The old shell is shed only after the new one is being. No, because there is a period in between. The insect swells its new body by feeding heavily before the shell sets. I don't think so. Um, no. To grow? Yeah. There is no evidence about it. Each increase in size is bought with a spell of defenselessness. Maybe. The shell grows steadily with the insect until it can stretch no further. The shell doesn't grow, I guess. Uh, yeah, it doesn't grow, but the animal grows. So, yeah, if there's an increase in size, it has a price, right? The price is defenselessness. I think D is the best answer. All right. Yeah, not much time. Let's go. Okay. Um, true, false, uncertain. A person may meet a substance without any symptoms and react to it on a later occasion. Um, may meet a substance without any and react it on a later occasion. And there is a response by immune systems. Okay. On first exposure, the system produces antibodies against substance and attaches them. Okay. And later exposure to substance binds to those antibodies and cells is okay. Itching and increased mucus. So that's why a first encounter often passes without symptoms. The response is to one species, so avoiding a particular plant does not think about pollen from an okay. May meet a substance without any symptoms and react to it in yes, true. It's about it. Okay. The decimal system of counting um, for centuries. All right, it's about decimal system. I'm going faster. Hindu Arabic numbers. All right. Started the new. All right. Decided all right. Since a stroke could turn. Okay. Okay, only gradually there were advantages. Okay, they feared forging, but gradually they were practical and they replaced. Was less a sudden and then a slow. This change was less a sudden and okay, it was not sudden. Then a slow concept, which okay, uh, place value and symbol for zero is calculation, and for that reason the change came no. Hindu Arabic numerals met resonance before the maybe yeah B seems nice. Roman numerals were abandoned once a method of multiplying them. No. The decimal system spread because rulers imposed it. No. The new figures were destroyed as forgeable. So merchants kept them out of there. No, because they found them beneficial as well. So B is, I think, correct. And if it's not too easy, I'm gonna skip because I have 12 minutes. Figures are cumulative. The target for the program is 80 kilometers. What percentage of the target had been replanted by the, okay, what percentage of hedgerow replanted to date? 2024 is like 40. Oh, it's like 40, but it's just below 40. Yeah, I think it's, since it's below 40 but very close to 40, I will say this percent because it's just below 50. No surgeons are architects. Hugo is one of the surgeons. If the above statements are true, which of the following must also be true? Okay, um, no one is one of the architects. No. All architects are no. Hugo is one of the architects. No surgeons are architects. So Hugo is not one of the architects. All right. Okay. Alloy A 1:3 ratio copper and zinc. Alloy B 1:1 ratio. Equal weights of the two alloys that are melted together. In the new alloy copper and zinc. So I will do practical 1:3 in the first one. So weight is 4 and 2:2 in the second one because weight must be 4 again. The weights are equal. So I sum them. The first one 3, the second one is 5. So 3:5 is the correct ratio. As you can see, I got very practical. No equations, nothing. A track gang sets out and 15 kilometers ahead when a rail starts from the same point. Okay, they travel 12 and 18 kilometers per hour. How long does the faster one take to catch up? Okay, so now the difference is 15 kilometers and um, it closes 6 kilometers per hour. 15 over 6, 2.5 hours. It closes in 2.5 hours, which is like 150 minutes. All right, and the bar, okay. What is the mean? All right, I'm gonna, all right, 49 interns. As you can see, it is like 7 people 12, or this is the frequency, yeah, 7 people, no, 12 people 7, 9 because frequency is here, 9 people 8, 7 people 9, right? 8 people 10, 13 people 11, correct? So I'm gonna, ah, you know, let's check the answers. Okay, 7 seems very nice, huh? Sorry, 9 seems very nice. These are the values. Sorry, I'm a bit tired now. 9 seems very nice because it's in the middle and like it's like balanced. So I will do the same thing. I will calculate everyone uh, relative to position, relative to 9. So value 7 minus 2, 12 people minus 2 minus 24. Okay, 8 minus 1, 9 people minus 1, minus 9. Look, relative to 9, don't forget. 9, 0. 10 plus 1, 8 people plus 8. 11 plus 2, 13 people, 26. Look how easy that is because 26 minus 24 plus 2, 8 minus 9 minus 1. This is just minus 1. This is just minus 1. So mean minus 1 over 49. So less than 9, but it is, maybe I miscalculated because I don't have that answer, right? So let's calculate again. Minus 2, 12 people minus 24. Minus 1, okay, minus 1, 9 people minus 9. 9, it's already 0, okay? And 10 plus 1, 8 people, 8. And yeah, and 11 plus 2, 13 people, 26. All right. So it is -1. Maybe it's -1 over um -1 over 49, and yeah, I have the same thing. Let me check for a second if let me check for a second if I make a mistake somewhere. So these are the values, yeah, and yeah, it is just a little bit less than 9, I think. It's just a little bit less than 9. So -24 and -9 here and +8 here and plus um plus 26 here. Okay, 2, yeah. Oh, it is +1. What did I do? Okay, now it's okay. It's +1. It was 2 minus 1, and I have written -1. So it is +1. +1 over 49. So it is just a little bit greater than 9. So more than 9, but less than 10. All right. Yeah, now we are good. Okay, so this one, um, let me solve the first equation. First, it's better. It's the same equation as x squared plus 10x plus 5 is 0, plus 25 is 0. It is x minus 5 square. So x is equal to -5. This is the only solution from the first equation, right? So x is -5. Replace that in the second. -5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6. All right. So +6 less than or equal to 0? No. So no solution here. Okay, let's check this. A compass, okay. Early knowing distrust, okay, they distrust compass. All right. Okay, if they trust, if it makes wrong, then they drift off. They combined with other methods, and it has become reliable. Okay. Navigated discharged cheaply because the needle was easily disturbed at sea. Partly because magnetism it does not point to the north but to magnetic north. No, I think it's not about the sea. The body of correction that Bocconi used was with a single gem. No. Magnetic and true north is the same. No, because there is a difference and it's the problem. The compass became reliable only they learned to correct for the difference between magnetic and true north. The works of this simple mysterious choice, I think D. They are talking about D. All right. At gym, oh, we are done with reading. Very nice. At the gym, 60% members use the swimming pool, 35 use the sauna, 25 use both. What's the proof that a randomly chosen member uses neither? So swimming pool 60 plus sauna 95. Subtract the intersection 25, so 70. So a swimming pool or sauna 70%. That's why neither is 30%, so 0.3. A customer cannot book both discount A and discount B for one purchase. Okay, a customer cannot book both in one purchase. A customer cannot book this. Okay, no, they said both. A customer can book both discount A and discount B for one purchase. No, cannot. Booking discount B for one requires no, because you cannot do both. A customer must book this. No, we don't have must. If a customer has booked discount B for one purchase, they have not also booked yes, because they cannot do both. Yeah, we are good on time. and let's press finish the exam and let's hope for a good score. Let's check our errors. Okay, good. Only one. Very nice. So, oh, I didn't check. Oh, so, um, what's the problem here? Divide by 20, 35, and 35, 47. Let's note 47 and 100 minutes 10, 25, 35, and all minutes point 42. Oh, why did I say? All right, it's 35 plan B. I think, I think I misread something or I did some. Maybe I I went for the most expensive. Okay, so as you can see, read the question very carefully always, and I'm happy that all the reading questions were correct. Um, but still, um, you know, um, as I said, it's all about practice and doing more and more the same thing. All right. I hope it was nice to see how I approach the questions, and I try to give you a great sense for multiple choice exams. All right. So, and please, in your preparation, leave practice a quiet place. Practice is very important, and I think my question bank will be very beneficial. My videos will be very beneficial, and when you know, you can have um, as many questions as you have, and in videos you can, let's say, see many question times their explanations. And also, if you need more, if you have questions about the package, or if you have questions about one-on-one tutoring, you know how to reach me. My contact info is always here. Okay, so I wish you all success in the Bocconi test, and thanks for listening.